morning from Ontario, Oregon. Ontario, Oregon. I didn't realize there was one either. I thought it was just in Canada, but they got one here. It's about 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. Stayed at a rest stop last night, which is nice because you get, public bathrooms, free water, yada, yada, yada. But it's bad because I had a huge semi right outside my van whose generator squeaked, but that's okay. And somebody's making something and it smells good. So we're gonna go back to the van. All right, so like I said, just outside of Idaho, we are heading back to Florida. If you guys could tell, I am now alone in the van. That's right. Racine has left the villa. She's actually finishing up her degree, so she's at home right now. She's actually going to be flying back and moving back to Florida in August. So I'm taking the van. We're heading back that way. Today's actually just going to be a really fun drive. It's about 3 hours to where I want to go. It's called Shoshone Falls, or the Niagara of the West. The pictures are beautiful. There's something called the Thousand Springs Scenic Byway, I think is what it's called. It has hot springs off the Snake River. It's super cool. We'll pass through Boise, but probably won't stop in Boise. But I need a coffee. So, Peter, why'd you do van life? It's a great question, Fourth Wall. So back in 2020, as most of us remember, we were shut down and stuck inside for a long, long time. At the time, I had a house. I was very much locked into a very routine lifestyle, but I started seeing all these videos pop up from people like Trent or Ryan or Mav, of these people going out and just exploring and living in the back of a truck or their vans that they built out. And I started getting super jealous. And it got to a point where I was really dreaming of doing this, but kind of felt like I couldn't. I had a situation in my life where it just wasn't in the stars for me. So I would just sit and watch these videos for hours on end, wishing that it would be something I could do. Oh, coffee's done. So back in 2021, it was just a dream still. I was looking at these people enjoying their lives and posting on social media and just wanting to do that, wanting to build my own van, wanting to get out into the world and see it instead of just sitting. But I was also happy with my other life. I think there's happiness with comfortability. And it was not until my life changed that I was able to do this. Whoa, that's hot. And actually, I think it's time to start packing up. So I'm going to take down all the blinds and head out, but I'll tell you the story. First, breakfast. So in 2021, I got a divorce. That was my big life change, and ended up selling out my house and moving on my own and figuring out what to do next with my life. And for a little while, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. The world was my oyster, but I still was working. I still had a good job, but it always kept popping back in my head was doing van life. So in 2022, at the beginning of 2022, I decided I was going to do it. I was going to buy a van and I was going to build it out and I was going to travel the country. Oh, shoot. It's later than I thought. Got to go get some gas. And so in 2022, the beginning of 2022, I kind of sat and realized that I wanted to be serious about this. I wanted to actually do van life. I decided in January or February of 2022, I'm buying a van, I'm building it out, we're doing this. And then I met Racine, and I was worried that my dreams weren't going to be able to happen. Man, was I wrong. And so I actually met Racine in early 2022, but we didn't really start officially dating until June. And when we first started dating, I brought up, hey, this is something I really want to do. Is this something you want to do? If you don't, we can figure it out, but I'm really trying to make this happen. She took her time thinking, which was a little nerve wracking, but you guys kind of know where it went, but. Oops. All right, you guys can kind of see, it says 2 hours and 22 minutes, but more like 3 hours. We're heading all the way down here towards Twin Falls. That's where Shoshone Falls is. So I'm going to start heading out, and don't worry, we're going to keep talking about the story, but I want to get on this ride. This is crazy. I was just driving, going to look for some hot springs, and there's antelope. What are you doing? This is Idaho.
is Shoshone National, or Shoshone Falls. Wow. That's incredible. And what you can see is they use this as a dam as well. There's a little outlet down over here. There's an outlet up top. So this generates power for the whole valley as well. I also want to figure out how to get down. It'd be so much fun to paddleboard in. Maybe I'll figure out about doing that tomorrow. Peter, come on, get back to the story. All right, fourth wall, calm down. Racine actually took a few weeks to kind of think about her decision on if she wanted to come on this journey with me, or we tried long distance, or figure something else out. But eventually she agreed, which I love her so much for. She is honestly the reason that this really happened. So that was probably in July, and it took us about a year to get to a point where we would be buying the van. We did so much research, looking at anything, planning stuff out, and even just trying to like find a good deal on a van. We eventually got Birdie in late August, early September of 2023. Wow. This is just right off the road here. It's so pretty. I'm gonna see if I can get to the top of this thing. Of course, I'm in my Crocs though, so great. Whew. Felt good, especially after 4 days of no shower. That was delightful. Nice cool down. It's about 85, so not terribly hot, but it's still good. So I think there's a lake that you can actually go swimming in here too. So I'm gonna go try and get there before I start to head out and head for my spot for the night, which hopefully we can get to. But what made Racine want to join me? It's crazy. I don't know. No, I think it was just an adventure we couldn't pass up, and we took 9 months to build it out. So from September of 2023 to July of 2024, we built the van out. It was amazing. All right, I think the lake is called like, it looks like Derrick, but I think it's Dirks, Dinkelbergs. I don't know. We're gonna go find it. I think it's only like a 2-minute drive from here. There's a little area down there, but I don't know if I want to go down that way. I think it's just a boat launch. Well, I actually decided to go the other side, and it's the top of the waterfall right there. You can't really see anything, so it's not like too great of a view, but you can see how dangerous that is because it just looks like nothing. Doesn't look like there's a fall back there or anything like that. Also, there's like a group out over on the other side playing music and stuff. Do you guys want more friends? I'm cool, kinda. I also thought I heard talking. There's some boulderers up there. I don't see a top rope, but it might be. I think they're just doing a slab. That's awesome. Or maybe they're crack climbing. All right, let's head to the lake. Look at that view, though. Like, just all like the black cliffs is just so cool. Let's go to the lake. See how that is. It's a cool little lake. I'm gonna get in. All right, that place was awesome. It had like cliff jumping and a diving board and like a boardwalk area. You could go paddle boarding. It was pretty cool. Dierkes, Derrick's Park, part of Shoshone Falls Park. It's really cool, but it's getting a little later. It's like 3:15, heading to town, figure out where we're staying for the night, and finish my story. I think we found our place. I think it's free too. It's like free developed land. I think it's that easy. Oh, my keys are still in. That's crazy. This is just free. There's one van there and an RV down there, and that's it. I mean, it's 3:30, so there's still plenty of time for people to come in, but like, look at this. This is my view. That's Twin Falls right over there. So I'm pretty sure the sun's gonna set like right back that way too. So I'll have a great view. Wow. Wow. All right, so it's about 6:30. I'm gonna make some dinner, but I'm also gonna talk a little bit more about my story. So after AC and I built out for 9 months, we started our travels. We started down in Florida and worked our way up actually to Vermont first. It's where my brother and sister-in-law are. If you guys are watching, hi, I love you. Hi, Bean. And from Vermont, we hung out for 2 weeks and then did the sensible thing and traveled to Oregon in, I think it was 4 days. So we had essentially traveled the entire eastern seaboard and then the entire northern border of Canada in approximately like 3 weeks. We didn't stop that much, but we got to see a lot still. Now that puts us to about August of 2024. And if you guys were wondering, I'm having orange chicken and broccoli and rice. Now from August 2024 to July, approximately 4 or 5 days ago now, Racine and I traveled essentially the western seaboard as well as some of the interior states. That's Oregon, Washington, California, New Mexico, and Arizona, as well as Nevada, actually, too. We went up through Nevada and we had so many fun adventures. It was such a great time. We got to see so many things, do so many things. But it was time for a new change. Racine has been in school. She's been doing it full time online. And December of this year, she's graduating from the University of Central Florida. Go Knights. And she needed to focus on her studies. So Racine has officially left the van. I am now alone traveling the country. Like I said at the beginning, we're heading back to Florida, but I am missing her like crazy. So I'm excited to get back to see her. That just does not look right. And well, from there, I guess I just started traveling, and that's how I got here in Idaho. There's no way I would be sitting in this spot in Idaho at this exact moment without everything that's happened to me so far, and I couldn't be more grateful. Now it's time to eat chicken, and yeah, I don't know how to do an outro, but I love you.